How old are you?
You can guess. I'll give you